I'ma keep it a bean. Stick to the script, every scene. These from last year, but they clean. Say to say, I'ma take something else, but it's winning team. Charlie Sheen, fam gang, the regime. I'm from Piney Green.
What's good, Shellitronnn here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back at it again with a brand new video. And today, I gotta keep it a Bowberry biscuit. There is some huge news that just came out a few hours ago. But before we talk about what that news is, actually, let's go back to a tweet from not too long ago, right when the NFL Combine started a few days ago. There was a press conference with Matt Rule, the new head coach of the Carolina Panthers, and he said a lot of things about Cam Newton. And he was asked a question about maybe trading players, getting rid of players, maybe even dropping players, talking about the future. And in response to all those questions, he made this one very important quote. You can see on your screen right here. It says, "But just philosophically, we will always, whether it's the business side or roster wise, we will always explore every opportunity to improve our roster. But again, that has nothing to do with any one player. That's just us in general. I think the best teams in this league think outside the box and listen to everything." Now, at first, I thought he was talking about Cam. I think everyone thought he was talking about Cam. But you can't really say, we want to trade Cam, or you can't really say we're thinking about trading Cam. You got to say, look, it could be anyone out here. I don't want to say it's just one person. But, you know, in general, people who you think might be more secure on this team maybe might not be. But I really did believe he was just kind of like just soft selling, talking about Cam, and maybe even a different player on the team. But in this tweet that just came up today from Jenna Lane, she says, "Two players I'm told are being shopped around per sources in Indy. Cody Glenn from the Bengals and Trai Turner from the Panthers." Trai Turner, our Pro Bowl right guard, one of the only, I would say, two members of the offensive line who are actually under contract, who I believe in. It's him and Taylor Moton on the right side of the line, is being shopped by the Carolina Panthers. That means that right now, since Greg Van Roten's gone, if Trai Turner were to be traded, there would be Matt Paradis, who had a very bad year, coming off of injury, but it was a very bad year. There's no left guard under contract. And then you have Greg Little, who spent a month and a half under concussion protocol, and that kid is probably one concussion, one good knock on the head away from not playing the NFL ever again. And then there's a 6th round pick, Dennis Daly, who will he can play, I guess, any position but center. He's more of a guy who's a jack of all trades, but honestly not a master of any of them. He played pretty well at tackle for a little bit, but he was not a long-term tackle option, especially on the left side. So you have question marks at literally 4 different positions if you drop Trai Turner. And Trai is what? He's only 26. He's a young guy. But you're not going to get that much draft capital out of a right guard in the NFL right now. Now, if it was a really great left tackle, I mean, we wouldn't trade him, honestly. But you can get a lot more draft capital out of a left tackle than you can for a right guard. I'm thinking the most you can get out of Trai Turner is probably a 2nd. And the team does not save that much money at all. I think you save $3 million, but there's either $6 or a $9 million cap hit on the team for this upcoming season. But obviously you get more draft capital, you get that 2nd round pick, and you can build a team. Because you have to also remember, there's been a lot of talk from David Tepper, the owner, Marty Hurney, the GM, and every single coach who's come in and done a press conference. The biggest words you hear are rebuild, and the biggest phrase you hear is things take time. There was one quote that said, "Sometimes you gotta break things down in order to build something greater." That's kind of a paraphrase there, but the gist of it's right there. We're looking at a period of time where this team may not be looking all that great. When I say all that great, I mean we're probably gonna be trashed for a couple years. You get rid of Trai Turner on an O-line that's already gutted. This tells me 2 things. 1, you're rebuilding. We already knew that. But 2, you don't bring Cam back. If you believe in Cam, if you actually like Cam, there is no way, if Trai Turner gets traded, that you still want Cam Newton on this team. And this is the point I made months ago when I said if you want Cam on this team right now, still for this 2020 season, you are selfish. Because you don't care about Cam's health. You don't care about Cam winning. All you want is Cam to be on your team. I want Cam to win. I like Cam. I got called a hater for saying Cam should go somewhere else and win. But if there's no Trai Turner, No Greg Van Roten. You have question marks at the center and left tackle. That's 4 positions out of the 5 on the offensive line that's there to protect the quarterback. But you want Cam to play quarterback behind that? Maybe you believe that Cam does not need an offensive line to be good. Or maybe you believe that this one offseason we can get Cam a very, very, very good O-line even if Trai Turner is traded. I don't know. I'm not a GM. I don't get paid to do all that. Maybe it's possible. We haven't seen it been done in the NFL in, what time is it? Ever. But it's possible. It's improbable, but I can't say it's impossible. And this will give us a lot of draft capital. And this might be, if we do trade Turner, I would believe that the team would trade down in the first and get a lot more draft picks, probably a draft hoard session this April. But this is huge news. This is extremely big news because if the team trades Trai Turner, this means Cam Newton is not coming back. I promise you that. Last year of his deal, you're going to pay $21 million for him to go behind a trash O-line? For what? For what? That makes no sense. It's bad for the team, and it'll be disrespectful to Cam Newton himself to have this man play behind an O-line with so many question marks. If Trai Turner is traded, Cam Newton is gone as well. And that's literally what all this comes down to. I want to reiterate right now, so I'm very, very clear about this. It would be a mistake for this Carolina Panthers offense, defense, front office, the whole organization as a company to keep Cameron Newton as the quarterback when there's questions at the center position. There's no left guard, and your left tackle is 2 second-year players, one who's a 6th round pick, the other who's been a month and a half out with a concussion and is a mean look from a D tackle from probably being out of the league forever. Oh yeah, and you just traded your Pro Bowl right guard. If you want Cam Newton to play quarterback with only 1 year on his contract and no long-term assurances, behind that kind of situation, I'll say it again, and I want to apologize for it. That is a selfish mindset. That is a bad. I mean, if you don't care about his health or anything, then it is what it is. But if you care about Cam and want him to stay healthy, whether you think he's 100% healthy right now or you think he's still healing right now, if you're playing behind an O-line that looks like ours, and then you take out Trai Turner, there isn't a quarterback in the league now or in the past who's ever played who can play under those circumstances. Simple as that. If Trai Turner's getting actually traded, this is the biggest indicator of all that the Panthers are in a rebuild mode that's not going to be just 2 years. It's going to be 3 years minimum. You don't gut the whole offensive line, which would also mean your quarterback's gone, which would also mean another player on the offense is probably going to be gone. If all that happens, we're looking at at least 3 years of a rebuild. You don't build an offensive line in just one offseason. It has to be over time. It's tough. And then you think about how the defense has to be built too. I can see us trading down for multiple picks this draft. It's going to be a tough one. Maybe Trai does not get traded, but if he does, it's not going to be fun this season. Either way, man, that's all I got for you right now. What are your opinions on Trai Turner? Trade talks. Do you believe that if Trai Turner gets traded, do we still keep Cam? Do you want to keep Cam if Trai gets traded? You do not want to know how many takes that one took. But just let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And you already know to do that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.